What do I have in common with Carmelo Anthony and Michael Madsen? Well, watch the video and find out. In 2006, I was heading to Vegas to be in one of my friend's wedding, and I finally decided it was time to get a tattoo. I've wanted one for a long time, but I didn't know what to get, and I didn't know where I wanted to put it. And I didn't want to make a mistake that I'd regret. But I finally decided on a design, and I wanted to go to Hart in Huntington in the Palms Casino. It's run by Hart. It just, I just wanted to have a cool experience, and it's kind of dumb, but I thought maybe I could be on TV because, the show called Inked was filmed there. And after I paid and I sat down, I go, so where are the cameras at? Are they in the wall or something? And they told me, no, we stopped filming a few months ago. We're not filming anymore. I was like, oh, great. And I was like, well, at the very least, is Carrie coming in? Does he ever come in? And they said, no, he only came in when the cameras were running. I was like, oh, great. So my tattoo artist was named Jerome. He told me he had worked on Carmelo Anthony and Michael Madsen in the past. So that's what we have in common. See, you can read that right there. But yeah, I was pretty worried because I'd never had one, and I didn't know how bad it would hurt on the inside of my arm, but they assured me that it would be fine. So I guess the worst part was how much I paid, because I think it was $400, and then I tipped him $90 or something like that, and I just figured that was the normal price. And when I went to get my second tattoo in a different city, which was bigger, they told me the price was going to be $175, and I was like, what? And I told them how much I paid at Hart in Huntington, and they all laughed at me. This was the design I wanted. It's from a band called Murder City Devils from Seattle. They will always be in my top 10 favorite bands of all time. And I remember when I was getting back on the airplane, I had my arm wrapped, and one of the security guys asked, oh, you got a tattoo, what'd you get? And I said, well, it's a skull wearing a crown with 2 switchblades underneath. And he just gave me a puzzled look, and I was like, it's not as bad as it sounds. But I don't know if you've ever heard of Murder City Devils, but that's how I gauge whether someone is cool or not. Pretty much, if you're a fan of the Murder City Devils, you're cool. And if you're not a fan of Murder City Devils, you're not cool. It's kind of hard to explain their music to someone who's never heard them. I mean, an easy cop-out would be to just call them a punk band, but the best way I heard to describe their music was greasy rock and roll. That's probably fits them the best. Well, there's the design. A skull wearing a crown with 2 switchblades underneath. It's taken from their live album they put out. I actually got to meet the guy who designed it. He was the guitar player in the band. I don't think he's in it anymore. His name was Nate Manny. I added the words, I drank the wine and I threw away the rose a few years later just because I had some space to fill. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. Well, I guess that's it. I have a lot of tattoos, and maybe if anyone gives a crap, I'll make a few more about some of the other ones I have that I really, really like. If not, then I won't. But if this is your first time watching one of my videos, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Please leave a like or a comment or subscribe. It would really help me out. And I will see you in the next video.